Hello everybody, today I am going to be talking about a topic that honestly might be not scary, but thinking about it might scare some of you, and that is coming out. So coming out is basically when it's usually a term used by LGBTQ plus people when they tell other people about their identity. So for example, you can come out as trans, or come out as gay, or come out as bisexual. Those are examples. And coming out can be a positive experience in the fact that other people know who you are and you can then live as yourself without having to hide it because no one actually knows about it. But it can also be a negative experience if people don't accept what you tell them and bad things happen to you after you come out. So firstly, I'm going to talk about what it was like for me to come out. I first came out, I've come out quite a few times. I first ever came out to my friends. Actually no, I came out to a random person online through their comments, and no one else followed them, and it was just someone that I followed, and I actually came out to them. I came out to my I came out to my friends first on a group chat, and I said I didn't know what my sexuality was, and I didn't know what my label was, but I knew I like girls. And so I was like, yeah, I like girls. And at this point, I was still presenting as female, and they still thought that I was a girl. Actually, no, that's a lie. I've talked about this before. The first time I ever came out was in year 5, and I told someone I thought I was trans. And then told them I wasn't. I feel like I talk about that every video, which is really random because I don't ever think about it. It just comes into context when I try and make videos. I don't know why. So yeah, that was the first time I ever came out, and I guess the second time I ever came out was to a group chat of my friends. I think it was like June or July last year. But honestly, like, I'd been thinking about it for ages, and I'd been dropping hints for ages, and I think coming out by a text message is a really good idea, especially if you're just like awkward and don't really know what to say to somebody in real life. It can be quite good to come out by a text message because you can plan out everything you want to say before you say it. Like, because when you're talking, you have to, you can just forget what you want to say as you're talking, and so you can plan out everything and say it. And that came with good reception. So I was then like, okay, I'll come out to my parents. And bearing in mind, context-wise, I knew my friends were accepting and I knew my parents were accepting. So it wasn't exactly scary for me to come out. I find it scary to talk to people about big things, whatever it is. So I would have been scared whatever it was. I just don't like talking about big things. And so I was waiting for ages, just like trying to think of the right things to say, and I eventually did it, and that was cool, and I got a pride flag. I just looked up at it. Rainbows. And a little pride octopus that never came. That was rude. So rude. Yeah. The Etsy store closed as I was supposed to be getting the delivery. Like as we ordered it. Like after we ordered it, which was really sad. Off topic. And then I vibed for a little bit. At one point, my sexuality has shifted a lot. Like, to begin with, I thought maybe like I was a lesbian and I only like girls, but now I feel like I definitely like boys, and I don't know if that's just because there's a ton of boys that I want to be like. I think that's one of the struggles for trans people in finding their sexuality, is that sometimes people of the gender that you want to become, you kind of are attracted to them, but you might also just want to be them. It's like discerning, do you want to be with them or do you want to be them? That kind of thing. I heard people talking about a lot, and I think I experienced that as well, but I also think I do like boys. I don't really know, to be honest. I have no idea what my sexuality is. I say I'm bisexual, sometimes I say I'm pansexual. I don't really care what my sexuality is at the moment. Anyway, off topic again. Although, actually, it's brought me onto another topic, is when you come out, you don't need to have a label to come out. You can just come out and say, like, if you're a girl, you can say, oh, I like girls. Or if you're a boy, you can say, oh, I like boys, and I'm not sure who else I like, and I don't know what label I want to use. And you could also say, I'm questioning my gender identity, I don't know what it is, but I am. You don't have to have something to say to them and like a plan of what you want to do before you come out. You can just say, I'm experiencing this and I would like your support with it through that. And then I came out as non-binary. I don't really know when, to be honest. It happened. It occurred. No, I must have come out as queer like a lot before that then. A lot before when I said, which was June or July. It was a lot before that. I came out as non-binary around August or September time, which was before I was about to start the new year at school, which was kind of scary. And I cut my hair off, went chop chop chop, and it disappeared. If I can, actually no, I don't have any photos of myself straight after I cut it off. I've deleted most of the photos of myself. Yeah, that happened, and then I went to school, and my mum told my teachers to use they them pronouns, but it didn't really work. Something that I've learned that you should do if you're gonna come out at school is, if you're changing your name, get it changed on the register, but also email every single teacher about it. And if you're changing your pronouns, email every single teacher about it, because they're not, like, I find it might be different in your school, but I found in my school that it's a lot better when you've emailed each teacher themselves. So yeah, that is something that you should probably do if you want to come out at school, is email teachers. Also, just when thinking about coming out at school, you can come out in some places and not others. In schools, I know in the USA, like in certain states, there can be like dodginess over if they're gonna let you like socially transition in school and not tell your parents about it. But in the UK, in most schools, I think, I know definitely in my school, they will let you socially transition at school and they'll use the correct pronouns and name for you in school. But like at parents' evening and stuff, they won't tell your parents and they'll use your dead name and your dead pronouns. If you're concerned about safety, or if you just don't want to come out to them, if you don't think they'll be supportive. Although if you are concerned for your safety if you come out, number one, don't come out, but also you may want to talk to somebody about that, because if you're scared, like genuinely scared to come out because you don't know what they're gonna do, you probably need to talk to somebody about that. And I will try and leave some like supporty things in the comments, not in the comments, in the description, if you need help with that. And yeah, I think coming out is hard and also good. Even if bad things happen when you come out, there's still like that weight lifted from your shoulders of knowing who you are, but no one else knowing who you are, no one else acknowledging who you are. that's a pretty difficult thing to experience and deal with by yourself, and to know yourself and no one else know yourself, even your close friends or family. And if someone doesn't accept you when they do know yourself because they preferred who they perceived you as, then they don't like you, they like the person you pretended to be. And not that pretending to be someone else is different if you're keeping yourself safe and it makes you feel more comfortable. But if you've decided to show them who you really are and they don't want you to be like that, then they don't want you to be you, and that's not cool. That's not cool, my friend. You gotta get yourself some new friends. I think one of the biggest things that I want to say is that be safe. If you're scared that you might get thrown out and you're not financially independent, or you're scared that they're gonna treat you badly, or if anything is gonna go wrong if you come out to anybody, or if you're in a country or area where it could be dangerous to come out. On the one hand, live yourself, but maybe don't live yourself by putting labels to it. Like, a girl can be a tomboy, but actually he's trans, and it's fine that he's a tomboy until he comes out as trans. For some people, that is sometimes what it's like. So if you can live yourself without coming out if you're in a dangerous situation, that could be a good idea. Again, I'm not telling you what to do, and I don't want to tell you what to do, because everyone's situation is different, and maybe if you are in an uncomfortable situation, you might still want to come out. You might not care that might happen, and you might not be worried about it. But yeah, just take care and be safe out there, my friends, because it is still dangerous in this world to be LGBTQ+, and we have come a long way, but we still have a lot further to go before it's safe for everybody to come out and everybody to be themselves. And yeah, I hope that comes soon for a lot of people watching this, and I'm very grateful that it came straight away for me. I've always lived in an accepting household, and I was accepted when I came out as well. I think I'm going to make another video about coming out as trans, and also steps you can take after you've come out as trans, because I know coming out as gay and coming out as trans they're both important things and amazing things to do, but they have different sort of implications, I guess, because a lot changes in the way that people perceive you and the way that people treat you when you come out as trans. And yeah, so I'll make another video about that. As I said before, I am going to link some things down in the the description that might be helpful to anybody who is in a situation where they are feeling unsafe because of coming out, or their gender, or their sexuality, or just anything. I'll put a ton of stuff down there. I got you, bro, or sis, or sibling, sib. So yeah, you are awesome, whether you are out or whether you are closeted or whether you don't know who or what you identify as. Yeah, you are still awesome, and even if you don't need to come out, if you're straight and cisgender, you are still awesome, unless you're mean. And if you're mean as well, if you're gay, that's also mean. And if you're trans and you're mean, that's also mean. Don't do that. Don't be mean. Bye bye. Have a nice day.